Students, already we discussed about the linear and circular polarizations. In this class, we are going to discuss the concept of elliptical polarization, which is the most generalized polarization. So, in this polarization, we are also assuming once again the wave is propagating in z direction. So, if the wave is propagating in z direction, and you know by property Ez is equal to 0. Ez is equal to 0. That means Ex and Ey will be present. And this Ex will be having Ex naught magnitude and Ey will be having Ey naught magnitudes. In the case of circular polarizations, both are equal. But whereas in the case of elliptical polarization, their amplitudes are not equal. So, Ex naught is not equal to Ey naught. The amplitudes are different. And the phase difference between Ex naught, that means x component as well as y component, is once again 90 degrees. But the amplitudes are entirely different here. So, if you impose these conditions for a wave which is propagating in z direction, then the locus of E is nothing but elliptical. And these elliptical polarizations, like a circular polarization, it may be left elliptical or right elliptical. So, left elliptical polarization or right elliptical polarization. So, let us see mathematically. Whenever the wave is propagating in z direction, then once again I can write down here E of z comma t is equal to some magnitude Ex naught into cos of omega t minus beta z into Ax plus Ey naught into cos of omega t minus beta z into Ay volt per meter. Right? So now, for our elliptical polarization case, this Ex naught and Ey naught are different and Ex naught is greater than Ey naught. Okay. And one more condition required is the phase angle should be 90 degrees here. So that's why I can write down here E of z comma t is equal to some Ex naught into cos of omega t minus beta z into Ax plus Ey naught into cos of omega t minus beta z plus pi by 2 means plus 90 degrees into Ay volt per meter. Now, this is equal to E bar of 0 comma t is equal to, because I have to observe the variation of electric field intensity at a particular point in the space. That means at z is equal to 0 plane, z is equal to 0 point, that is xy plane. It will be having Ex naught into cos omega t into Ax minus, because cos of 90 plus theta is nothing but minus sin theta. So, minus Ey naught into sin omega t into Ay. Now, this is called Ex component and this is called Ey component. If you square it, I can say Ex square plus Ey square is equal to, then you can write down Ex naught square into cos square omega t plus minus Ey naught square into sin square omega t. This is nothing but because the amplitudes are not same, Ex naught and Ey naughts are entirely different. Therefore, I can say Ex by Ex naught square plus Ey by Ey naught square is equal to 1, because this is called Ex component and this is called Ey component. Then you can say Ex by Ex naught whole square plus Ey by Ey naught whole square is equal to 1. So, this is nothing but the equation of a ellipse. where Ex naught and Ey naught are nothing but this is the x intercept and this is the y intercept. Generally in mathematics you can say like this is Ex by a whole square plus Ey by b whole square is equal to 1. This is the equation generally you are going to see it. This A and B are nothing but the intercepts on x-axis and y-axis. So this equation is telling about the variation of electric field intensity that is in the shape of an ellipse. Once again, we have to decide whether this ellipse is in the left hand or right hand, because there are two types of polarizations, left elliptical or right elliptical. As usual, just like circular polarization, we have to do this. Except the only condition is your Ex naught is not equal to Ey naught. That's all. So coming to this sketching of this entire parameters. So once again consider this table. Ex component is nothing but Ex naught into cos omega t, and y component is nothing but this is Ey naught into cos of omega t plus 90, that is omega t plus 90. And here your assumption should be Ex naught should be greater than Ey naught. We are taking this one. They are not equal. And one more, this is the, if you impose this condition here, then sketch all these values on the graph. So let us take already these values I have predefined to save the time here, and take the variation once again and sketch here. Then this is the graph. At omega t is equal to 0, I can say you are having Ex naught. That means this is x-axis and this is y-axis. Okay, x-axis and y-axis. So at omega t is equal to 0, you are having, so this is Ex naught. Omega t is equal to 0, this is the point A, you are having X naught. And you are having at 45 degrees plus and minus. Plus and minus means this quadrant once again. So that's why this may be the point here. This is omega t is equal to, I can say, 45 degrees. This is the point B. And at the point C, at 90 degrees, it is minus Ey naught, means this is the Ey naught. Why I am taking this much? Because I am assuming your Ex naught is greater than this. So I can say like this. This is. So it will be like a ellipse. It will come like this. This is an elliptical variation. So I can say that here this is. You are going to get an ellipse like this. This is the ellipse you are going to get. This is the elliptical this thing. So this is A and this is B and this is C. And as usual at an angle of 135 degrees it is minus. This is nothing but the point D here. And here it is omega t is equal to 90 degrees. And here it is omega t is equal to 135 degrees. And this is omega t is equal to 180 degrees. At 180 you are having minus Ex naught once again. So this is called Ex naught. So up to this point to this point is Ex naught value. Okay. And this is called Ey naught. And this is once again, this is omega t is equal to 225 degrees. Okay. And it is minus Ex naught by root 2. So A, B, C, D, E. Okay, this is F. And once again, this is G and H. As usual, you can sketch like this. But here, what is the direction of this ellipse? The direction is from A to B. This is nothing but the point B here. A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, and E to F, F to C, G to H, H to A like this. So, this is nothing but the direction of your electric field intensity. Now, as usual, what is the direction of the wave? The direction of the wave is in Z direction. So, this is the Z direction means you are taking a dot, positive Z. So, Z is positive here. That means in this direction. So it is coming out of the board like this. Towards you the wave is coming. We wipe us in the wave. And here like this. Now try to use your hands once again. And try to check that which hand is matching. Thumb is always pointing the direction of the wave. Thumb eppudu kuda wave direction lo unchandi. మిగతా ఫింగర్స్ అన్నీ మీ లోకస్కి దేనికి సరిపోతున్నాయి చూడండి. So coming to the movement of this movement is called as clockwise movement. If the movement is opposite, it is called as CCW, counterclockwise or anti-clockwise, whatever it may be. So whenever you are doing like this, the thumb is pointing in the direction of the wave and other fingers are matching this direction. That's why my left hand is matching here. So that's why it is called as left hand elliptical polarization. LHEP, left hand elliptical polarization. Okay. So now if the direction changes, instead of taking a positive z direction, if I take a negative z direction, then the right hand thumb will do this. Then it becomes RHEP. Even the direction changes also, your polarization may change. But this may not change. So that's the reason, try to identify the polarization like this here. And you can say this is the major axis and this will be the minor axis. And this is called the elliptical polarization because it is actually following the shape of the ellipse. There is no difference between elliptical polarization and circular polarization, friends. Circular polarization ki elliptical polarization ki emi difference ledu. Only difference is the magnitude of x component and y component is not same in elliptical polarization, but whereas in the circular polarization both are having same magnitude. Akkada phase difference 90 undi, ikkada phase difference 90 undi. That's why just I would like to summarize these three polarizations within 1 minute. Okay. So let us compare these three polarizations once again. One is linear polarization, second one is circular polarization, and third one is elliptical polarization. So for every polarization I assumed that wave is in z direction. The wave propagation is taking place in z direction. That means it will be having only x component as well as y component. In the linear polarization, Ex and Ey, they are always in phase. That means if you are taking this Ex and Ey, this is Ex and this is also Ey, that means theta is equal to 0 degrees. Or otherwise, it may be having 180 also. It may be Ex and opposite is Ey. The phase difference may be 180 degrees. So in this case of this 90 degrees and 180 degrees, linear polarization comes out of the picture. Okay, here the amplitudes may be different and it may be same, whatever it may be, but always they will be in phase or out of phase. But whereas in the circular polarization, Ex is equal to Ey. Both amplitudes are same. Ex naught is equal to Ey naught. Both are same. Amplitudes are same. And they should be displaced by 90 degrees. This is Ex and this is Ey, X naught and Ey. So they will be at an angle of 90 degrees. Then circular polarization comes from the picture. So why the circular polarization? It is the resultant vector. So this is the resultant vector here. This is, so it can trace a circle like this. That's why it is a circular polarization. I already told you how to identify the left circular or right circular also by using our hands. And the third one is elliptical polarization. In elliptical polarization, Ex naught is not equal to Ey naught. And if the Ex naught is dominating, then I can say the elliptical polarization comes into the picture like this. It is the shape of this one. Suppose if Ey naught is dominating, then it will be along this one like this. It may come like this. And one more thing is here also, the phase difference between your Ex and Ey, this is Ex and Ey, should be 90 degrees here. So try to understand when this polarization comes into the picture and what are the conditions required also. Then all these things will be much more clarified whenever I demonstrate the problems on the polarization from your high-level examinations like GATE and IES. So in the next classes, we are going to see so many problems on this polarization. Okay, thank you.